Helium Mobile is live, and we are seeing people all over Twitter join the network and share their experience. People are simply fed up with their current carrier and are compelled by the incredible value Helium Mobile is providing at such a low cost. I would expect this shift to start slow, but gain momentum as people realize this value and tell their friends and family. HNT is also holding up extraordinarily well despite the small pullback in Bitcoin and the broader crypto markets. Of course, nothing fundamentally has changed in the Helium story, so this could serve as a great opportunity and perhaps the last to scoop up some HNT below $5. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Today, we are going to be looking at the Helium price chart as well as some of the interactions we can find on X with regards to people making the move to Helium Mobile. It is really interesting to see their commentary, the reactions, and also some people are just finding out after they sign up that they're actually eligible for discovery mapping, which in fact earns them mobile tokens with the Helium Mobile service. So if you enable the discovery mapping, you earn mobile tokens by being a Helium Mobile subscriber. Some people didn't even know this and are finding it out after the fact. Really great stuff to see. But let's take a look at some of this before we get into the charts and see where Helium might be going into the year end, and if this is in fact the last time to buy HNT in this cycle below $5. We have seen a bit of a pause on this momentum upwards, but more on this chart later. First, we look over here. We could see somebody officially leaving Verizon for Helium Mobile, and I'm saving money. Now, he was quoting this guy, Brandon, who is also leaving Verizon for Helium Mobile this weekend, and he was actually quoting someone who's leaving from AT&T to go over to Helium Mobile. And you can see the Helium Mobile Twitter or X account is actually commenting down here, adding some context to what's going on, and of course trying to get some new customers here and poaching them after they're already expressing how they're fed up with their current carriers, whether it's Verizon or AT&T or whoever it may be. Now we can also see Amir commenting on this person's experience with his first 24 hours moving to Helium Mobile. We can see super simple sign up. He says he's able to bring his number from T-Mobile to Helium, which of course I think is very important for almost anybody considering a move in carrier. He also mentions that he made $9,861 mobile, which is at current prices when he posted this around $4 for sharing the discovery mapping. And he highlights great coverage, no issues so far. Of course, there's also a referral program. Anyone who is a subscriber can recruit other people to the network and earn $5 off their next bill, as well as the person who uses the link. So if you do guys want to use that, you could go and use this guy's link here, or you could look on the internet for anyone's or ask your friends. But that is also a very effective way of getting people onto the network to realize that value for themselves. Frank Mong here, you love to see it. Really great stuff. Also, Helium Mobile here, really trying to highlight the fact that discovery mapping is available and you will earn mobile token rewards for enabling that discovery mapping. And guys, if we look at Helium Mobile token, it's actually outperforming HNT right now, up 16%, only behind Hivemapper over the last 24 hours. And this is in the context of a bit of a downtrend or a bit of a pullback since late last night. So this is in really, really good numbers from Helium Mobile token, up 16% in over 24 hours, while Bitcoin and other tokens are down anywhere from 5 to 12%. And yes, you are earning Helium Mobile, not HNT. You are earning Helium Mobile token if you are a Helium Mobile subscriber and you enable discovery mapping. You can also use those rewards to pay your phone bill, which is pretty awesome. But guys, let's take a look at this chart, try and get an idea of where HNT might be going. I do think that it has been performing. This is a daily chart. I think it's been performing very well and holding up very steadily after this first small pullback we have seen across crypto. We can see Solana is down 6%, Helium currently down 10%, a little bit worse than it was this morning. This morning it was doing extraordinarily well. It was above $5. It has since pulled back. And in full, of course, none of this, guys, is financial advice, but in full transparency, I did purchase a little bit more Helium or to be more specific. I did purchase more HNT this morning, just above $4.50. I really see this momentum increasing daily. I see the Twitter getting more and more active. I see people discovering Helium and Helium Mobile more and more on a daily basis. And of course, with this pullback, nothing has fundamentally changed with Helium Mobile or Helium IoT or Helium HNT. So I took advantage of that and bought a little bit more below $5 before we see what I believe might be the biggest run up for HNT, which would be the run up all the way to this zone up here, which is around $11. This was the last time we have seen sellers really step into the market and reject the buyers and send HNT way, way down. And right now, between this around $5.70 level and this zone here, there's not that much. This is just some chopping around before the fall off. This is really the latest rejection area that the buyers experienced. So I would expect us to, once we break this level and maintain price above this level for a certain amount of time, I don't think it would take that long to get to this level. Similarly to down here, how once we broke through this level, we were able to get all the way up to the $5.66 level rather quickly. But I also really want to stress that I do not think or encourage anyone to get too emotional about this pullback. I mean, this is very normal, if not healthy, for markets to do something like this. At the end of the day, in a few weeks from now, this is just going to be a blip on the chart. You're not even going to remember this. But if this is your first market cycle, it is very easy to get worried that this is going to keep going. Look, of course it could, but it's very important to realize that nothing has changed with Helium. The narrative, the story, the network is the same. Nothing has changed overnight. Just the price of Bitcoin, which then triggers algorithms to then sell other coins. And it's much better to look at the weekly chart here. If we look at the weekly, it almost looks like nothing has happened. We've had a small pullback from the close of last week's high. So really, really nothing huge here. Of course, we would like to have a green weekly candle here. We'll see how that goes. We have a lot of time ahead of us in this week. And then, guys, on the monthly, I mean, this is just a giant, big green candle still. So this is nothing to be worried about. We have a lot to look forward to. The network is growing. The usage is going to follow. This is really, really a great time for Helium, and it's still at incredibly historically low levels below $5. I mean, if you zoom out, you could really see the nature of what we're talking about here. I think that this highlighted zone here between $11 and $12 is really the turning point for Helium in the momentum shift into starting the march to all-time highs again. This shift right here is going to be huge. And guys, not to mention, there is a big engulfing candle. This is a very predictable pattern and usually comes before a nice impulse higher after the bulls fully took over after the previous day, ate up all of the supply and closed higher. Of course, we're in this red candle now, largely due to external factors. I would not be phased. I think we go higher here. If I had to bet, we probably would. Of course, not financial advice, but that's what I would bet. This is the next level to look at. We would like to close above the $5.66 level, which is significant from this smaller consolidation area here where sellers stepped in and drove the buyers lower. Absolutely no real damage here to Helium or anything else. And of course, the fact that Helium Mobile is actually up 15% is really awesome to see. If you guys are heavily invested or really do believe in HNT, I think it might be a good idea to at least get some exposure to Helium Mobile or Helium IoT. Of course, we don't know how they're going to perform exactly, but it adds a little bit of diversity into the same ecosystem because the network is going to grow as a whole, and some of these might outperform. And interestingly enough, if we look at the 7-day percentages here, we can see that IoT is up about the exact same almost as HNT, which is very interesting. And Helium Mobile is significantly outperforming by more than double of Helium and IoT. So I would encourage, or at least for me, I chose to add a little bit of diversity into the ecosystem tokens and buy some mobile and IoT a few weeks ago just to have that exposure because we don't know how these are going to react. They're still so new and they are much more illiquid. So it's hard to know exactly how they will perform, but exposure is always good if you believe in what Helium is building as an ecosystem. But guys, that's what I'm seeing here on the charts. I am not worried one bit. Nothing has changed since yesterday. I'm very, very excited for the future, and I think that we're going to go higher into the end of the year. I think December is going to be a major month for not just Helium, but for all the rest of crypto as well. I'm very, very excited. We'll keep you guys as updated as possible here. But let me know what questions or comments you guys might have down below. If you're seeing anything different, please leave it in the comments down below and hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. It really helps the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.